So, a few months into his new Wealth OS lifestyle, Akito was feeling pretty good. His emergency fund was solid, he'd axed all those unnecessary vampire costs, but then he stumbled across a word on a Canadian finance forum that sounded almost like a secret code: TFSA. And that's when that old MBA itch to optimize, to really engineer his wealth, kicked right back in. Okay, let's get into this.
And this is really the core of it, isn't it? That amazing feeling when you uncover a powerful secret. Akito realized that managing his money wasn't just about playing defense, saving and budgeting. It was about playing some serious offense. But to really get why this is a cheat code, you first have to understand the game and the final boss that every single investor has to face.
And that boss? Well, it has a name: the tax dragon. Every single investor, I don't care how smart you are, you have to deal with this thing. It's like this silent partner in all your gains, the hidden cost that just slows your whole wealth building journey down.
So think about it like this. Imagine your investments are a garden. In a normal taxable account, every time your plants grow some fruit, we're talking interest, dividends, you name it, the tax dragon just swoops right in and takes its share. That could be 20, maybe even 30%, just gone, before you even get a chance to reinvest it. And over time, that means your money grows way, way slower. But what if you could make your garden completely invisible to the dragon?
All right, so this is where the story shifts. This is where we go from the problem to the incredibly elegant solution Akito found. He discovered a tool that wasn't just another bank account, but a powerful, protective shield against that very dragon.
And here it is, the single biggest misconception, completely busted. Calling it a savings account is honestly the worst marketing ever. It is not a place to just park your cash. You got to think of it like an invisibility cloak for your investments. Any growth, any profit that happens inside this account is 100% tax-free. So let's say you invest $1,000 and it doubles to $2,000. In a regular account, you owe tax on that $1,000 gain, but inside the TFSA shield, you owe zero, nothing. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so it's one thing to have this awesome shield, right? But it's another thing to know how to actually use it properly. Akito realized he had to master its rules of engagement to really get the most out of it, and it really just boils down to 3 fundamental lessons.
First things first, you can't just stuff all your money behind the shield. It has a specific size limit, or what the government calls your contribution room. Now, every year they give you a little more space. And here's the amazing part. If you don't use it, it just rolls over and adds up over time. But, and this is a big but, you have got to respect that limit.
For instance, let's say in 2026, the government decides to give everyone an extra $7,000 of shield space. That's the brand new amount you can add to your protected garden for that year.
But here's the kicker that Akito discovered. Because he'd been living in Canada for a few years but hadn't opened a TFSA yet, all that unused annual space had piled up. So he didn't just have $7,000 of space, he had a massive $35,000 of total room ready to go. For Akito, this was like finding a secret level in a video game he didn't even know existed.
And of course, Akito, being the optimizer he is, immediately thought about the constraints. He knew that trying to cram more into that shield than it was designed for would be a huge mistake, and he was right. The government will hit you with a pretty nasty penalty, 1% per month, on any amount you over-contribute. So the lesson here is simple. Know your limit and stay within it.
So this brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most important lesson of them all. Once you know the size of your shield, the real question becomes, what are you going to protect with it? What assets actually deserve this ultimate tax-free treatment?
And this is it. This is Akito's big aha moment. See, putting cash that earns maybe 1% interest into a TFSA, that's like buying a Ferrari and then just letting it collect dust in the garage. What's the point? The shield is designed to protect growth, so you want to put your highest growth assets inside, things like stocks or ETFs, those funds that let you buy a tiny slice of the whole market. That's like planting a tiny oak sapling behind the shield. When that thing grows into a massive tree, the tax dragon can't touch a single leaf.
Now, Akito had one last big worry: flexibility. What if I need this money for a big move, like maybe relocating back to India? And this is where he found what might be the TFSA's greatest superpower. If you take money out, you don't lose that contribution space for good. The exact amount you withdrew gets added back to your available shield space on January 1st of the next year.
I love this line from Akito's journal because it just nails it. It means your TFSA isn't some locked box you can never touch. It's a flexible, revolving fund. You can pull money out for something important, knowing you'll get that space back later.
It's an absolutely incredible feature. So, after figuring all this out, Akito didn't just sit around admiring the theory. He did what he always does. He built a system, a super clear, actionable blueprint to put this invisible shield to work for him, like right away.
And his plan was just beautifully simple. Step 1. Check the official source, the Canada Revenue Agency website, to find out his exact limit. No guesswork. Step 2. Completely change how he thought about the account, rewiring his brain from savings to investment. Step 3. Fill that protected space with his highest growth stuff. And finally, Step 4. Just let it do its thing. Let the magic of compounding, where your money starts making its own money and it just snowballs, let that happen, behind the shield, completely safe from the tax dragon.
You see, this whole journey wasn't just about Akito finding a new financial tool. It was bigger than that. It fundamentally shifted his entire perspective. He went from being a passive passenger in his financial life to being the active driver.
He realized this wasn't just some minor tweak. It was foundational. It's like giving your garden this incredible nutrient-rich soil. The TFSA provides the perfect environment for his wealth to grow faster and stronger than it ever could have otherwise. Totally unbothered.
And that right there is the heart of it. By truly understanding and using a tool like the TFSA, Akito completely transformed his role. He wasn't just earning money anymore. He was designing a structure for that money to thrive in. So that's the real question for you. Are you just working for your money, or are you ready to become its architect?